Avoiding unnecessary PTP Grandmaster changeovers. Enable only once, preventing unnecessary PTP Grandmaster changeovers. Real-world hybrid IP and SDI broadcast systems contain a mixture of hardware and software equipment from multiple vendors, making broadcast engineers rightly cautious about frequent Grandmaster changeovers. Every switch risks the introduction of video and audio signal drift, lip sync errors, and issues when switching between sources. Leader's LT4670 introduces enable only once that gives broadcast engineers far tighter control of Grandmaster behavior and reducing needless transitions. It's a smart, engineering-led improvement that helps keep timing stable and operations calm. The challenge of Grandmaster changeovers. Under BMCA, a Grandmaster changeover is triggered when a fault is detected or the active Grandmaster's clock quality drops. Once the issue clears, both the Grandmasters return to equal quality. BMCA often triggers a second changeover to restore the original Grandmaster, even though the system is already synchronized and stable. In many cases, the second switch adds no operational value and simply increases risk. Avoiding or delaying this return to service changeover, therefore, key to maintaining a smooth, disruption-free timing environment. Avoiding unnecessary PTP Grandmaster changeovers, ClockClass change. So, as we previously mentioned, we need to have a managed recovery once maintenance has been carried out on the primary LT4670 if there's been an issue with PTP that's caused it to no longer be selected by the best master algorithm as the Grandmaster. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the black output and we're going to link this to PTP1. So this now means that if there is a change in the best master algorithm, we will force a black error on the primary LT4670, the emergency changeover unit will switch, and your two sources remain synchronized. What we also need to make sure is that it's set up so that should that issue be corrected, we don't want it to automatically switch back. And we do this by going to the PTP1, BMCA, and we enable only once. So here we have now our primary setup. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our backup and we're going to do the BMCA and we're going to link this to the changeover unit. So what I'm going to do now on the primary, which is a Grandmaster, as you can see, number 73, we're going to basically pull the GPS reference. This should change from ClockClass 6 to ClockClass 7. And as you can see, a fault has been triggered on the black output. So channel number 3 on the 4448 has caused a failover, and we've switched to the backup. And the system has continued to work satisfactorily. So now we need to carry out the necessary maintenance on the various devices. And because we lost the GPS reference, the first thing is going to be to check it and then return it. So now my GPS reference has been reconnected, and as you can see under the GNSS section, the device is starting to report that satellites are being required. We're still in stay in sync, but we've now entered the point where we're going into recovery, and you'll shortly see that primary LT4670 will be back. You'll see it is now locked.
The Grandmaster ID 75 is still the Grandmaster.
So what we now need to do is we now need to go in and carry out the necessary maintenance. So the first thing will be to do is to go into the black, and we're going to switch on the black output. Go to status now. Just double check that's switched on. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and reset the emergency changeover unit. And once we wish to reset, and I say yes. As you can see now, that has cleared that particular error. I'm now going to go onto the 4448, and I'm going to select the primary again. So now what I need to do is I need to go back to PTP and Grandmaster. I'm going to go here and I'm going to enable that to be, as you'll see, that priority 1 has returned to 10, but we still have 75 as the Grandmaster. So I'm now going to go across to the backup. I'm going to do priority 1 recovery, which is going to turn that back. And now you're going to see the best marginal algorithm take over, and we'll see it revert back to number 73. That is how you manage a recovery, keeping both your black and burst and PTP from the same devices.
If you'd like to know more about PTP system commissioning and a series of Grandmaster changeover tests for PTP systems in IP media networks, then visit the URL currently on the screen or the QR code to download the Leader white paper.